What up, though? Your boy Meech, aka the Siaj Saint. Hope everyone's doing well. Time for another fragrance video, and this is going to be a fragrance rotation video where I break down the fragrances that I wore in a given week. In this video, we're going to talk about the fragrances I wore the week of Sunday, October 13th. It's been a pretty busy week, or it was a pretty busy week with some work-related things. October is kind of a month where I'm in the office a bit more than I typically am as I work from home. Primarily, I wore 7 fragrances during the week. I've been doing some testing of a particular fragrance as well. I wore that twice in the week. We'll talk about that and 6 others. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, starting the week off on Sunday, I went to a sports bar and watched the Detroit Lions absolutely demolish the Dallas Cowboys. That was great to see. Shout out to the Lions. They're doing their thing so far this season. But the fragrance that I wore enjoying the game was Torino 22 by Xerjoff. This is a decant that I have from my friends at Scent Manufacturers. They do decanting, perfume, oils. They even put your favorite scent DNAs like in candles and lotions as well. So they're doing their thing. They're local here to the area I live, and I kind of hit them up here and there for my fragrances. But Torino 22 is a fragrance that is sort of going to remind you a bit of Baccarat Rouge 540. It definitely gives you that vibe, especially with the saffron in the fragrance. But this is woody, aromatic. You know, there's a warm spiciness to this fragrance as well. There are no fruit notes listed, but I almost get like this kind of berried, like fruity sweetness, almost similar to the vibe that a fragrance like Oud Wood would give you. Like I get like this fruity, like sweetness at the top of Oud Wood, and I don't know if there's actually fruit in that fragrance, but I get something similar here with Torino 22, but it is kind of more of a mature, grown-up version of Baccarat Rouge 540. It definitely has that type of utility for me. So nights out, having fun with friends, things of that nature is kind of the utility that I would have for this fragrance. I clocked this at about 8 hours, so the longevity is really, really good. Definitely enjoyed this wear on Sunday. Again, Torino 22 by Xerjoff. All right, switching gears to Monday. I actually wore 2 fragrances on Monday. For the majority of the day Monday, I went with Intense Cedrat Boisé by Mancera. This is a great fragrance, man. Shout out to my man, Johnny. He is a strong supporter of this fragrance. When I posted that I got this, he was like, man, you won't regret it. And I don't. This is a really nice fragrance. It has that Cedrat Boisé, the original DNA, the citrus fruity vibe, the mossiness, but this adds kind of leather and spices just to make this even better than the OG, in my opinion. This lasts a long time as well. I put this on at like 7. Whoa. Lost the cap. I put this on at like 7 in the morning. I attended a all company meeting at my job that went literally all day. 7 in the morning. Really, it started at 8, but it went to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. This is something we do once a year. We all gather as a company, eat, do a volunteer community event. So it was really cool. And this is the fragrance that I wore, and it lasted through all of that. So this is a nice fragrance. Great longevity, great versatility during the day. Most of the day on Monday, I wore Intense Cedrat Boisé. All right, after coming home from the all company meeting Monday evening, I freshened up, ended up going out in the evening and decided to wear a fragrance. I kept staring at this fragrance when I was looking at my shelf, and I do wear my fragrances, kind of seasonally, situationally, and this is one that I wear this time of year. It's a cheap fragrance, but it's a good one, and I wore Guess 1981 Los Angeles on Monday evening. This is a fragrance that is going to remind people of Versace Eros. It kind of has that Versace Eros vibe. It is, kind of warm, spicy, aromatic. There's a mint accord in this fragrance. There is tobacco in this fragrance also. And there's a plum note in this fragrance that just gives this a nice touch. This has like some, surprising like sexiness to it. This fragrance is a vibe. I definitely wear this usually in the evening, particularly like in the fall and the winter months, because it kind of feels like that's the appropriate time to wear it. It's kind of sexy. It's a compliment getter. I get compliments when I wear this fragrance. I paid for mine on Amazon for about $25, $27, something like that. But you can find Guess 1981 Los Angeles in rack stores as well for around that $25 price point. If you do, and you're a fan of the Versace Eros DNA, you might like Guess 1981 Los Angeles. It was my wear on Monday evening. All right, on Tuesday, I was back in the office late in the afternoon for some meetings, and I wanted to wear a fragrance that was fresh, clean, inoffensive because I was sitting in a conference room, so kind of close quarters. I didn't want to kill anybody with my fragrance, so I decided to go for one of the most versatile, one of the freshest, one of the cleanest fragrances in my collection. Heading back to the land of Mancera, we're talking about Vetiver Sensual. You guys know how I feel about this fragrance. This is my favorite Mancera. Aqua Wood is giving it a run for its money because I really like that. Shout out to Gator, man. The novice knows. I saw his live yesterday, and he was talking about Aqua Wood, and I'm a huge fan of that fragrance as well. But Vetiver Sensual is still holding the place as my favorite Mancera fragrance. I think I have 5 Manceras as it stands right now. But this is just beautiful citrus at the top with this soapy clean vetiver on the dry down. This is just easy grab and go, very versatile, very work appropriate, meeting appropriate, which is why I put it on Tuesday. Always enjoy my wearings of this fragrance. One of my favorites, Vetiver Sensual by Mancera. All right, and I didn't mean for this to be a Mancera week, but apparently it's turning into that because on Wednesday and Thursday, I wore a Mancera fragrance. I've been doing some testing and some wearing of this fragrance. I gave it my first full wearings on Wednesday and Thursday. And man, I like it a lot. We're talking about Tonka Cola by Mancera. I got this decant here from Chaos Fragrances. Shout out to Chaos Fragrances. You guys probably are familiar with that channel on YouTube. I'm not promoted by them, but they do some good or have good pricing on their decant. So I got this from them. This is the perfect fragrance for the fall. It gives you that, that cinnamon, warm, spicy, baked spice type of vibe. You get that cherry cola type of feel as well. On Wednesday, I went to the mall and I got a compliment wearing this fragrance. I was told that I smell nice. And then I just went ahead and put it on Thursday too, because it's just that good. I'm a big fan of this one. Definitely full bottle worthy. I have an episode of Cop It or Drop It on this fragrance coming very, very soon, where I kind of give my thoughts on the fragrance and whether it's full bottle worthy. I guess I kind of gave it away, but I did enjoy this fragrance thoroughly on Wednesday and Thursday. Mancera's Tonka Cola. All right, on Friday, I went away from the Mancera fragrances. I put this fragrance on literally after spraying it on the tester strip. I got the fragrance the day before and was kind of, playing around with it, spraying it on tester strip, spraying it on the back of my hand. It is one of the best clone pickups I have made, and I've only owned it. I haven't even owned it a full week yet, but I absolutely love this fragrance. It's Milano Privé by Pandora Scents, which is, of course, under the Paris Corner umbrella. And this fragrance is an interpretation of 1 million Privé. And I shouldn't even say interpretation. This fragrance is pretty much about as close to 1 million Privé as you can get. I love the way this fragrance smells. You get that cinnamon. The mandarin orange in here is just, so beautiful. The tobacco, the tonka bean, the patchouli. This is a great fragrance, man. I don't know if it's just the early stages of my wearings, but I'm getting like 4 to 6 hours in the longevity department. Maybe it needs to mature a little bit more. Shout out to my man Gator again. He told me he has the maturation drawer, and I'm like, man, you are fancy, bro. I might have to get me one of those. I guess that's where he puts his fragrances to let them mature. And so I'm like, man, I might need to add that to the repertoire. But this is a great interpretation of 1 million Privé. I bought this on fragrancebuy.ca for $25. It's worth double that. I would pay $50 for this. It is that good. It is a great interpretation of 1 million Privé, and my wear on Friday, Milano Privé by Pandora Scents. All right, and to wrap the week up on Saturday, it was kind of a chill day. I don't know. I know everybody in the country doesn't celebrate Sweetest Day, but Saturday was Sweetest Day here in the Midwest, which is essentially kind of like a second Valentine's Day. It serves no purpose except for people to get more gifts. But I did enjoy the day. I went out for coffee, went to a farmer's market, grabbed a little bit of lunch, decided to wear something versatile, wanted to throw a blue fragrance on, and I decided to go with one of my favorites. I went with Coach Platinum on Saturday. This is, man, one of my favorite blue fragrances. I like the fact that it has that Dior Sauvage DNA. It's dialed down quite a bit, not as screechy, not as in your face as the EDT. But then this adds vanilla and leather to kind of give you a twist on that DNA. I get about 4 to 6 hours in my wearing experience. Not the most long lasting blue fragrance in the world, but it's definitely one that is enjoyable. I actually don't own, I used to own Dior Sauvage EDT. I don't own it anymore. I actually have the Parfum on the way because I do like the Parfum, but this has kind of filled the void for me. And I have a couple other fragrances as well to kind of take on that DNA. Prada Luna Rosa Carbon, that kind of scratches that Dior Sauvage-esque itch. But now I have the Parfum on the way, so I'll actually have that fragrance as well. But really, really enjoy Coach Platinum. Always do when I wear it, and it was my wear on Saturday. Well, there you have it, guys. My fragrance rotation for the week of Sunday, October 13th. What fragrances did you wear during the week? Feel free to throw those in the comment section. I love to hear about them. Be sure to check out my social media for more. Please like and subscribe on whatever social media platform you're watching this on. That will be greatly appreciated. We're on the road to 400 followers on YouTube, on the road to 300 on TikTok. So let's run those numbers up. Definitely would appreciate you liking and subscribing. Once again, your boy Meech, aka the CI Saint. Until next time, take care. Peace.